Hello, everyone. Welcome to Donna's World and to Kick-Ass and Wellness Wednesday. Okay, so for the past 3 weeks, for most of January, you've been watching little videos in which I interview my friend Owen about her triumph over her weight loss problem. Because she was actually fat when she was young. I mean, I was the slim one, she was the fat one. Now our situations have been reversed, and I asked her to tell us how she'd done it. Then she also talked about widowhood, becoming a young widow when her husband died. And she also talked about her battle with cancer, which thank God she won. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to her. She's a very positive person with a lot of intelligent things to say about life and the difficulties we face and the obstacles we need to overcome. But now we're done with Owen for now, and we're back to me. You're stuck with me for the next few weeks, the foreseeable future. And okay, so some of you who've been with me since I started Donna's World last March will not be surprised to hear that January has not been as productive or positive a month as I would have liked it to be. I mean, while Owen was doing the talking, I was hiding behind in the background, basically ignoring all my plans. So I made resolutions on January the 1st like everybody else, and then I promptly broke them. So all the weight loss gains I made last year, I mean, those who are regular viewers know that I'm always stopping and starting and going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps back, 1 step forward. So, but by December, the month before Christmas, I actually did really well. I mean, I lost like 6 kilos or something and started exercising. I had been to Italy with some friends and I'd walked long distances and done pretty well by my standards. And then I started 2025 with excellent good intentions. But, for one reason or another, it's all gone to SHIT and I'm back to square one. So, I am ashamed because, I'm supposed to be a sort of like mature, intelligent person who is inspiring other women, especially people of my age, to go out there and kick ass and win life's game. And then, to sort of sit here and tell you, well, it's not going very well. I'm not a very good role model, am I? And certainly not very motivational. I won't bore you with all the things that went wrong for me in January, but I have had a very, very depressing and difficult month, especially financially. And that has thrown me off course psychologically and just basically ate what I liked and even stuff I didn't particularly like. It was almost like a sort of self-destructive thing. I mean, for example, I'm not very fond of potatoes, but I had loads and loads and loads of potatoes and potato products. It's almost like doing it to harm myself, okay? So it's not like I stuffed my face with things I really like cheesecake. No, just anything that would just basically mess my life up, I would stuff down my throat. So I realized that, some of us have psychological problems and probably need therapy, okay? But where I am, it's very difficult to get good therapy. Don't know a single person. I shuttle between the UK and Nigeria, and I'm in Nigeria at the moment. And the only therapy I'm aware of is people who go around talking about God all the time, and there's nothing wrong with talking about God, but I don't think religion is effective therapy for people who have certain psychological disorders or dysfunctions or concerns. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to talk about in the coming weeks is this whole issue of self-destruction and self-sabotage. We've touched on it before on this channel, but I bought a book which I started reading last year. It's called, anyway, don't worry, I will tell you about it later. And it's all about self-sabotage, and not just in terms of your physical and mental health. It's about sabotaging yourself in all areas of your life. And so I'll talk about it here, but I'll also talk about it on my Friday show, which is called Thank God It's Friday. And that's for more general things, not just about mental and physical health. So I need to understand why I do what I do to myself. I need to understand. I'm 65 years old. I can't keep on repeating the same mistakes and then never quite getting a grip of what is going on in my crazy head. Okay? So I'm looking forward to reading that book and sharing some of the insights with you and doing some of the exercises or recommendations that are contained in the book. And I know that so many of you have similar problems because you've told me, either privately through messenger messages or on YouTube. Some of you have mentioned it on YouTube in the comments section. Some have contacted me through Facebook and other social media platforms. And some friends as well have said to me, this is one of the biggest problems women have: self-destructiveness, self-sabotage. Could be anything from ignoring a weight problem to messing up your career or whatever. So I know I'm not alone, and that means there's lots of you out there who should also not feel alone. Let's see if we can unravel this self-sabotage and self-destruction thing this year. Okay? So I will maybe even next week start talking about that. I need to sort of catch up and read the book first before I try to share it with you, because, unless I literally sit down and read out of the book every week, I need to summarize it. Right. And so, like I said, but one good thing I'd say about myself, even though I'm always beating myself up and describing my weaknesses, I am aware of a strength I have, which I'm actually quite proud of. I never say die. I never totally give up on myself. So, despite everything that's gone wrong, all the things I've messed up, I never say, oh, that's it. I'm going to be fat till the day I die, don't care anymore, blah, blah, blah. No. Whenever, I never stay down and despondent and pessimistic about my chances for more than a couple of days here and there. I do believe that I can solve my problem, my health problem, and some of my mental health issues. I do believe that they can be solved. And I'm proud of myself for being able to admit that even though I mess up every week, every month, I never give up and say, that's it, I'm not going to try anymore. So I am going to keep on trying. And, the things I should have sustained starting on January the 1st, which have been sort of like messed up, I'm going to start trying to sustain from February the 1st, which is in a couple of days' time. It doesn't have to be January the 1st. If you fail with your New Year's resolutions, you can have February resolutions, you can have March resolutions. The thing is, somewhere in your heart, you have to be sincere about the need for change and your willingness to embrace change. And if you've struggled and you've not been able to do it so far, doesn't mean you're not capable of it. And just as in my case, you probably just need to dig a bit deeper and find out why you're letting yourself down. When actually, because I must want to change pretty badly to be talking about it all the time. Getting back on the horse, I fall off the horse, I get back on the horse, I admit it. So I'm genuine, I'm sincere, And I'll keep you posted. This is a new year, a new month is starting, and I'm not giving up. And I want to leave you with something I picked up on a video that someone sent me. I don't know who the person on the video was, but I will read what she said. You can have 1,000 problems in life until you have a health problem. And then you only have one problem. Everything else, money, relationships, stress, fades away in the shadow of it. Suddenly, the things you once worried about seem so small because nothing else matters when you have a health problem. When your body or mind is screaming for help, health isn't something you just have. It's everything. It's the ability to wake up and feel alive, to move freely, to laugh without pain, to breathe without struggle. But we take it for granted, don't we? Until it's gone. We do not truly understand how precious health is. When your health is compromised, every little thing becomes harder. Dreams get put on hold. Happiness feels distant, and life's colors start to fade. That's why taking care of yourself isn't a luxury. It's an act of love, a gift to your future self. Because when you are healthy, you can face anything. Without health, even the smallest battles feel impossible. Don't wait to lose it to realize its value. Treasure it now, while you still can. Now, it's almost as if this is a letter that was written to me personally, and I'm sure that many of you will recognize that whole thing about take charge of your health before it's too late. If your health is already in jeopardy through no fault of your own or because you've made mistakes, take heart. I hear that even people who've had cardiac arrests or strokes can get stronger. Things like exercise can make a huge difference. Like if you've got knee pain, exercise can make it better because you think that exercising would make it worse, but no. So even if you are already ill, you can add quality, you can improve the quality of your life in various ways. And I intend to. What's this stuff about? Waking up in the morning pain-free and feeling optimistic and being able to tackle various challenges. I am struggling with all that right now because my health is so fragile. I'm not ill, but I'm not well, if you know what I mean. I have issues with breathing, I have issues with pain, I have issues with movement and mobility, I have headaches, I have high blood pressure. I've got lots and lots of little things that amount to being in pretty bad shape. But I'm lucky because God has not pulled the rug from under my feet yet. And I'm going to try and see what I can do to make the rest of my life more robust, both mentally and physically. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. And don't forget to tune in to Thank God It's Friday, which is on Friday. And I look forward to catching up with you whenever you are able to show up. Thank you very much.